Hey guys, it's Diana here. I'm actually doing something a little bit different today. I'm not sewing. I don't have my sewing machine. I'm actually at my table, and I just wanted to come on here and show you how, guys, the whole process before we get to the sewing part. I know that some of you have had some questions about PDF patterns and how to print them, how to work them out, all these sorts of things. So I'm going to show you a little bit of a quick little video about how to do all those things. And then if you have any questions, please let me know. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Hey guys, I am at my table now with my laptop, and I have opened up my file. I downloaded it from the website, and so now I have my file right here ready to go, and it's pretty cool. For the Adobe Acrobat Reader, we have the option to do layers. So there's this button right here on the toolbar on the side, and it has like the little 3 pages that's stacked on top of each other. So I'm going to click on that, and the really neat thing is that you can select your size. So I'm going to take off all the other sizes. I measure myself. I fall into the medium category. So I am taking off all these other sizes. So that's really neat, because if you can see here, now it only shows me the medium size pattern. So if I wanted to do a different size, let's say I wanted to print medium and extra large, and if I highlight that one, it shows me medium and extra large. So that way when you print, you don't have to use up so much ink. You can just print your size. And on the pattern itself, it shows you what the actual pattern looks like, what it's gonna look like when you put it together. There's a diagram. And so you can look and see what you wanna print and what you don't wanna print. As in, like, if you're not doing a pocket, you don't want to print that pocket, well, that page is not going to print. So we'll unselect that page. So it's actually pretty neat. It's a great way to save paper and ink. So that's awesome. So this is the layer selections, and you can choose to take off the numbers. You can choose to take off all the little boxes that tells you where the grain line is, all those little things like that. You can just take all that off and just come back and look at your laptop. That way you don't use up all your ink. So I thought that was really neat. I wanted to show you that. So now that we've showed you that, we're gonna move on to actually piecing the pattern together. Okay guys, here I am now with my pattern. This is the Free School Cool doll pattern dress. So I'm going to show you that one. And I have my handy dandy glue. So I have printed out my pattern, and on my pattern, as you will see, you have 2 lines, a blue one and a red line. And that's pretty cool because it helps you to place your pattern. So here's my pattern piece, and I have, here's my number 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my glue, and I'm going to put some glue on that section past the blue line. So here's my blue line. I'm going on that side, and then I'm going to grab my other page, number 2, and put it right along that blue line. So I'm following that blue line, and then on the bottom, I am following where that red line is. So I'm pasting it together so that when I put it together, you can't even barely see the blue. Sorry, it lifted it up. You can't see the blue, and then you can see that the red line is together. So it will continue on my pattern. So the next one will be my number 3. This is a very small pattern, so this is easy. I'm gonna put glue at the bottom on my red line, and here it is. I'm gonna piece it together, meeting those up, meeting it all the way up to the red line, and meeting the blue line with the line behind it. If you can see it, so it's all meeting up together. And then I'm gonna do my last one, so I'm putting glue. The awesome thing about Ellie and Max patterns, the new patterns, is that they are trimless pages. So all I'm doing is I'm just gluing it on. I didn't even have to cut anything off. So it's just print and glue, and there it is. My pattern is put together. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut along the outside lines. Now for this pattern in particular, there's different cutting lines because it depends on what size you're doing. I didn't layer. It doesn't, because it's only the 2 patterns if you wanna do the smaller doll or the bigger doll. But anyways, on a regular pattern, if you layered, you would only have the lines for your size. And if you don't layer, then you'll have all the different sizes. Then you'll have to cut and find your size, your color on your key. So this is put together. I hope that was helpful for you guys. Now we're gonna move on. I'm gonna cut the pattern out. I'm gonna cut all these pieces, and then I'm gonna show you how to cut these pieces on the fabric. All right guys, here we are, the next part of the process. I've got all my pieces cut out, and one of the great things I love about Ellie and Mac, there's a ton of things I love about Ellie and Mac, but one of the really cool things is how many choices come in a pattern. So just in this pattern alone, this is the doll dress pattern. We have the flutter sleeve, we have the long sleeve, we have the short sleeve, we have the short, we have the banded, like a tank sleeve, we have the tunic style, we have the short, the to the knee, we have the maxi, and so we have so many options. That's so great. You get so much for your pattern. But I'm going to use the short sleeve. That's what I'm gonna do. And so I need, oh, and also I love that it comes with a piece that tells you what the required pieces are, okay? And then it tells you what the seam allowance is, and the skirt and the sleeve hem. So it tells you what the hem is as well. So it tells you all that in case you were wondering. It's in the pattern itself. Okay, so the required pieces, I have my front bodice, and it says I need 1. I have my back bodice. And then it says 2 sleeves or armbands, depending on what you want to use. So I said I'm going to use the short sleeve. So here's my short sleeve. And then I have the 2 bands if using short sleeve, which I'm not. So I'm going to put that aside. My short sleeve band. Oh, here's my short sleeve. Short sleeve band. Yes, sleeve band is using short sleeve. Sorry. Yes, I am. That's what I'm doing. Duh. So yes. Right there. And then my neckband, 1 neckband, and then put away the other 2 sleeves, and then my skirt, and I already cut it at knee length. That's what I'm doing, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and cut those out. So I'll start with my skirt, because that's the biggest piece, and actually this is a great pattern, because I'm gonna show you how to do cutting on the double fold, because that's kind of crazy. Oh, I just lost the pattern piece. I have to go get it. Okay, so here's my skirt, and my skirt is a circle skirt, so it's got 1 and 2 folds. So if I'm gonna cut on the double fold, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to fold my fabric over, okay? And I wanna make sure that my skirt fits. So it fits right here. And then, I'm gonna go ahead and move this down because I'm going to fold down now. So I want to make sure that it's straight, so it's gonna fit. And now I'm gonna fold down over my skirt, over my fabric. And then I'm gonna measure, because I wanna have 2 folds. So here was my 1 fold on this side, and here's my 2nd fold on this side. And I'm gonna put it on top. Now I have my pattern weights. And then you can use scissors if you'd like, fabric scissors. Or you can use your rotary cutter, which actually rotary cutters are a lot better, but this one is kind of dull, so I don't even know if it's gonna do it. But if it does, if you don't have a rotary cutter, it will change your life. Look at how easy that was. See, it's a little dull, so. But here we go. My skirt is cut out. My little tiny skirt for my little doll. Okay, so here's my doll skirt. Now, again, now I'm gonna go ahead and cut the sleeve. And again, it says on the fold. So on the fold means that we're gonna grab my fabric and I'm going to fold it over. Let me open it up right here. I'm going to fold it over. And usually on the fold and on most of your pattern pieces, these ones are so tiny, so it's probably not, that's why probably it's not on there, but on your regular pattern pieces, it gives you the grain line where it's gonna go. So usually the fold is on the grain line and the stretch goes the other way. So I'm folding over on the grain line. This is a grain line. So I'm going to fold it and I'm gonna place my sleeve right here on my fold. So here's my sleeve. I'm gonna place it on my fold. This is such a tiny pattern because it's for a little doll. I hope you can tell what I'm doing. So now I'm gonna go ahead and cut my sleeve out. I'm trying to do it in a way that you can still see it, but it's kind of hard to. So I'm cutting on that fold, but I'm not literally cutting on that fold. I'm cutting putting my pattern on the fold and cutting it, so that way, usually rotary cutters are much sharper than this one. So that way when I go ahead and open it, it's a little sleeve when I open it up. And it says cut 2, so I would cut 2 of that, and I'll do that. And then another thing I love about Ellie and Mac is that usually it gives you the pattern piece for your neck bands. I really do not. This is not my neck band. I told you wrong. My neck band is actually over there on the floor. I'll go get it. 1 second. Here it is. Here's my neck band. It gives you the neck band piece. So this is awesome because then I don't have to measure because I'm not very good with math. So I'll fold it over. Again, it's on the fold. So I'm folding it over. And I'm going to put it right on the fold. Right there on the fold, and then I'll cut around it. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish cutting all my pieces. Okay, this one, let me show you that because that's a different type of piece. It's mirrored. That means that I'm still gonna fold my fabric over, but I'm not going to do it on the fold. I'm just gonna do it on itself, so it's mirrored, so I'll have 2 separate pieces. On the fold, you open the piece, it's one big piece together. Mirrored, after I cut it, I'll show you. It will be 2 pieces that are mirrored to each other. And I think those are the main ones that are open. So here it is, 1 piece and the other one. So now I have my mirrored pieces. So they face each other, right sides together, and they're mirrored. So this is my mirrored. This is my on the fold. Open up. And this would be my on the double fold. On the double fold. All right, guys, I hope that was helpful. Just a couple of the steps that you do the prep work before I get to the sewing area. If you have any questions about any of the stuff I did, or if you want me to go more into detail of any of those things, please comment below and I'll be able to help you with that. If you want to see the end of the pattern, I will be posting that tutorial coming up soon. So check back onto our YouTube channel. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, like, comment, share, so that you can see our finished product. Well, I love seeing you guys. Well, I don't really see you, but I love talking to you guys. Hope you're there talking to me. Say hi to me if you are watching this video. I love doing the videos, and I love seeing the comments and all the things that you have to say. So I'll see you next time. You guys have a great night. Bye.